Jesus Christ! It's doomsday! And the gods look pissed. I'm gonna put a stop to this madness. Alright guys, this review is for Morbid Angel's album, Illud Divinum Insanus. It's been 8 long years since Heretic, and a lot of old school fans, myself included, were expecting Morbid Angel's triumphant return to form. This album is anything but that, and a lot of fans have been calling it a huge disappointment. And I too will say, yes, I am disappointed. I wish Morbid Angel would have made an album that totally blew us all away. Granted, I've been a fan for more than 15 years now, and notice Morbid Angel has always done something different every time. They never really did the same thing twice. Granted, this is an experiment gone wrong. But go back to like the days of Altars of Madness, and then listen to Blessed Are the Sick, 2 completely different sounding Morbid Angel albums. Even back then, some fans were saying, hey, Blessed Are the Sick is too different for us. So what I'm saying is, no matter what move the band makes, it's not going to please everybody. And there's been other great bands in the past that have experimented with their sound a little bit and made a couple crappy albums. Like, take for instance Slayer. One album I could think of, Diabolus and Musica, which is probably their most experimental album. Had maybe 2 good songs on it, and the rest was fucking garbage. Or another thrash metal legend, Creator. Had some of the best thrash metal albums ever in the 80s and early 90s. Yet, you know, they had maybe 2 or 3 crappy albums after that, and then came back with Violent Revolution, which is probably their best album. And then Enemy of God, which is probably one of their best as well. So who knows what the future of the band may hold. The next album may be utterly fantastic, or it could be another utter disappointment. So I'm just saying, take it for what it is. It's a bad album. Don't hate Morbid Angel for making a bad album. They tried something new. Even, yes, they wanted to do this album. But another thing that vexes me is a fan hating another for liking something he or she doesn't. That's not being more hardcore than that person. It's not being more metal. That's being a childish asshole. Who cares what that person likes or doesn't? It's stupid. That's just being a pessimistic ass. That's saying, hey, I expect you to follow what I like because I'm following those people that hate or like this album. That's being fucking sheep, people, for real. That's not being a fan of metal or anything in general. That's being a goddamn conformist. Having, you know, a little more diverse taste in music than just metal is still being a metalhead. I like a lot of different things. Yet, yes, I favor metal. Metal is my passion. Metal's probably the music I will play more than any other form of music. But hating someone for liking something other than metal, that's just being childish. That's being stupid. With that having been said, let's get to the actual album review now. In the brutality department, I gave this album a 6. It's not the least heavy, or the most heavy. It's kind of right in between. There's some heavy songs on it, like Existo, Nevermore, Blades for Baal, where it's Yeah, Morbid Angel, doing the traditional Morbid Angel thing. But then again, I really never saw Morbid Angel as the most brutal death metal band out there. They've always been kind of the, doomier sounding, more swaggered death metal band. They've always been a death metal band that was a little different than the rest out there. And that's what I like Morbid Angel for. So, yes, in the brutality department, I give this a 6 out of 10. Like I said, not the softest, not the heaviest. In the songwriting department, I gave this a 6 too. It's pretty simplistic stuff. And some of the lyrics are just downright silly. But then again, I never really saw metal as a genre of music strongly known for its lyrical content. It was always more about the guitars, the drumming, and the bass. It was always about the instruments. And being a guitar player myself is probably one of the reasons I favor metal. Because metal has some of the best guitar playing out of any genre of music, period. And this album still has some solid guitars, solid drumming, and solid bass playing. There's some instances of genius here and there. But like I said, the lyrical content is a little silly. So, a 6 out of 10. Production-wise, I gave this an 8 out of 10. It's probably the best produced Morbid Angel album yet. Everything sounds pretty clear. Then again, Trey was never about digital recording. He's always liked to do the analog stuff, and that still kind of shows here. The drums are slightly bassy, and the guitar sounded a little bit drowned out at times. Other than that, everything sounds pretty well produced. Dave sounds loud and proud as ever. And yeah, the rest of the CD, production-wise, doesn't sound bad at all. So, an 8 out of 10. Okay, repeat listenability. I give this a 7. I'm going to skip the tracks I hate, probably never listen to them again, and listen to the ones I like. Maybe the 4 or 5 on here that I do like. And while I'll say, there's definitely a lot better metal releases this year than this one for sure, that I'll probably listen to 50 times over before I give this one a playthrough, like Hate Eternal's new CD. I know many of you have been making that reference and saying, yes, you want death metal, go listen to Hate Eternal's new CD. And I couldn't, agree more. That's probably one of my favorite releases this year. And definitely one of their better CDs as well. And I will give that a listen 50 times over before I listen to any of this ever again. But that having been said, the songs I like on here, I will gladly listen to again. A couple times. So, a 7 out of 10. Artwork and layout. I give this a 7 too. It's not the most pleasing to the eye artwork I've ever seen, or the most least pleasing, but it gets a job done. It's your typical Morbid Angel, anti-religious theme. It's got a kind of Covenant look to it, but then again, that could be a huge misleading to people who haven't listened to it yet, expecting that true to form Morbid Angel. Like I said, not the best I've ever seen, but not the worst. So, 7 out of 10. Overall, I gave the CD a 6.8 out of 10. It's not the triumphant return to form we're expecting. Definitely anything but that. And yes, I consider this an experiment gone wrong. But I did find a little more good about the album than I found bad. And that is my brutal, honest opinion. You can hate me for it if you want. I don't give a fucking shit. You're not any more metalhead than I am for hating this album, just to blatantly hate it, than I am for actually finding something I like about it. Who cares? It's my fucking opinion. That's your opinion. I'm still a fucking Morbid Angel fan. And I say, if you're one of those assholes that want to leave the band for making one crappy album, do so. You're one less asshole I've got to worry about in this world. Go. The band nor I fucking need you around. But anyways, yeah. This is a disappointing Morbid Angel album. I'm right there along any fan in saying so. And it's probably some stuff on here I wish I'd never have done. It's unbefitting of such a legendary band, and this is a bad album. But then again, like I said, I found a couple things I liked about it. Then again, it's also Morbid Angel doing what they want. They've always done that. But like I said, yes, this is an experiment gone wrong. And probably one of the most disappointing albums this year, if not the most. But I say, listen to the songs you like. Or don't listen, or skip the ones that you don't. You've got the choice. So, let's go back and listen to a little more of the album. You know what the song makes me feel like? Like this. Alright guys, that's me getting as silly as that song is. Hey, it sounds like Power Man 5000, and I love those guys. Alright, this is the end of the review. Hope you enjoyed it. You all are entitled to your opinions, but like I said, I found a couple things I liked. And here's to hoping the J album is better. See you guys later.